A warm welcome to ExpertsConnect, and I'm your host, Kadian Davis Owusu. Today, we're privileged to have Mr. Niel Harper, the founder and chairman of Octave Consulting Group. Hi, Niel. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Great. So, Niel, can you tell me about your background?
Yeah, sure. So I've spent the last 15 to 20 years working across the spectrum of technology, law, and business. I worked in a number of different industries: banking, energy, telecoms, international organizations, and nonprofits. And my skill set is basically information security, cyber law, enterprise architecture, business continuity, and privacy and data protection.
Wonderful. And I gather that you're also consulting for the United Nations and you also offer expert advice to the World Economic Forum. Congratulations, Neil.
Thank you.
Yes. So, Neil, today you're going to be talking to us about data security and privacy. So, tell me, Neil, what are the top 5 current cybersecurity threats that we as netizens should be aware of?
Yeah. So I would say the top 5 threats would be malware, and that's a broad list of things that could be anywhere from ransomware to viruses to worms to advanced persistent threats. I would also say another issue would be identity theft as well. Um, I would say the use of public Wi-Fi. I mean, there are a number of free hotspots, etc. And as well, I would say the privacy issues associated with social media,
Yeah.
and I think also what's sometimes people don't realize is also we're in the post-truth age as well. So I think fake news is very much a large problem.
Yeah. Okay, so let's dive in a bit. Can you briefly explain some of the threats that you've mentioned a while ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So start with malware, and I mean, again, malware. I think what people are most kind of socialized or most know about is ransomware. You've been seeing a lot of ransomware threats
Yeah.
in recent time. And what ransomware basically is essentially malicious software that you can download. You can download accidentally to your machine. What that software does, it encrypts your files. It encrypts all your critical files, and the perpetrator will contact you and basically say, "Hey, if you want to have access to your critical file, you have to pay me a ransom." And the ransom is usually paid in untraceable types of ways, whether it be Bitcoin, Amazon credit,
Wow.
Apple Pay credit, so that you really can't trace the person or recover your funds. Public Wi-Fi, I think, is a big issue as well. If you look at their number of hotspots in shopping centers, in trains, in on planes, in Starbucks, there are a number of these public Wi-Fi hotspots that you can use to get access to the internet. But many times there are people who actually spoof these actual public Wi-Fi networks. So someone may spoof a Starbucks network. It may look like Starbucks, but it's not Starbucks. And when you jump on this network, this person can intercept all of your traffic. They can intercept your passwords and your usernames. They can install malware to your desktop or your tablet.
Yeah.
You know, they can essentially compromise your information. Also, I think with public Wi-Fi, it can also be used to initiate ransomware attacks or malware attacks. I want to touch briefly on the privacy issues around social media as well. I
Yeah.
think we're at a stage where social media is very popular.
Yeah,
People
definitely.
people spend a lot of time on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, and people share a lot of their lives. They share where they live, they share their meals, they share a lot of personal details, whether it be, you know, accidentally or intentionally. People share a lot of information, and that information, for one, can be used by malicious actors to compromise your identity, but it can also be used by social media tech firms. They can actually use it to control your opinions because they build a very big profile of you in terms of name, address, demographic information,
Yeah.
your likes, your travel preferences, the type of people that you speak to, what are your political and religious beliefs. And they can use that to, one, send you advertisements,